CAIR New York is a grassroots organization. We are the only Muslim-led civil rights organization doing work every single day in this city and in this state. There's no one else to handle the phone calls. Who do people turn to? They have to have a community organization that's powerful and that can speak for them from a point of power. There's no one to take on the matters that we take on. And there's such a wide breadth of issues, all based in discrimination and rooted in bigotry, that only we handle.
I came to America in August 2009, and after 5 years I applied for my citizenship and I passed the test, and I was scheduled an oath ceremony, and this was in 2014, November 2014, and after that I received a letter that I was scheduled for my oath ceremony, only for a week or two later to receive another letter where my ceremony was cancelled and for no reason. So during those 5 years I waited and I tried to contact USCIS through emails and phone calls. I also contacted the congresswoman. When I first contacted CAIR New York, I wasn't very hopeful that something was going to change. I had already been trying for 5 years. And when I spoke with CAIR New York and I brought all my emails and the exchanges that I had done with USCIS, CAIR New York decided they're going to file a lawsuit on my behalf. And after this, here I am, a US citizen. It's definitely very important, you know, and I'm so happy, and thank you, CAIR New York, so much.
More than 8 years now, whenever I travel by airplane, internationally or domestic, they search me in a very different way than any other passenger. And when I come back from abroad, they investigate my trip more than 3 hours. So since I lost hope to solve this problem, I try my level best to contact some lawyers, and I have a trust in CAIR that they are taking care for the Muslims in general, those who are facing problems with the government, and I approach them and they are so helpful.
One day during Ramadan, I was traveling using a Long Island Verbo. I went to the ticket booth to ask for help to get home to my location a little more sooner than taking a regular train. I asked him when was my next stop, what track, and when can I catch it, how can I locate my train. He bluntly told me he does not help people who look like me, and what I look like is an African-American woman who wears hijab, just a woman trying to get home, making it home after a long day of fasting. At first it made me feel like I wasn't really worth anything. I was very shocked. I felt less than human. Most people who I tried to contact first put me to the side, but CAIR New York, you know what, just jumped right into it and gave me the results that I wanted to see, and alhamdulillah for that. I support having an organization like CAIR New York for community members, because we have to be able to have an organization that can identify what we're going through, and you can't identify unless you are Muslim. You cannot identify unless you wear hijab or you have a beard or you've been through similar situations. So every community that's going through certain religion battles should have their own organization. So I pray CAIR New York keep doing awesome work, because you did awesome work for me.
The issue I experienced wound up being a very traumatic one. You know, was not anticipated. I was stopped at John F. Kennedy Airport, leaving for an international flight. I was flagged for a secondary security check. So the end result was, after an extensive questioning session, very invasive, you know, invasion of my privacy, you know, and feeling threatened, I was escorted from the airport and told I would not be allowed to fly. The end result was learning after the fact that I was actually placed on a no-fly list. I had been to Turkey previously, which was the country I was expecting to return to on this trip. The thing that had changed during the time period of my travels was the fact that I've now become Muslim. I've joined the Muslim community. I took Shahada in 2018 at the end of Ramadan. I would say CAIR in New York has been like my best friends. They really have. In my first meeting with Ahmed, really put me at ease. He's attorney, with a broad body of knowledge, not only knowing like who we are as Muslims as a community, but also, what the law actually is. What is the law of this land. I felt very comfortable, with him being able to advise me. And I've also felt very comfortable because I'm treated as a person, as a friend here. I'm treated as a member of the community, that because discrimination is not just a theoretical issue, it is real and personal.
A guiding principle of CAIR New York is to empower and defend the American Muslim community. It is the only organization in this state that provides direct legal services for American Muslims who are affected by discrimination. That is tremendous value, and when a community member needs an organization to step up, needs that representation that they cannot get elsewhere, they call CAIR New York. In the number of months that I've been here, we have received almost 400 requests for assistance, ranging from advocacy on hate crimes, holding the NYPD responsible for bias policing, having random visits by the FBI to our community members' homes, to discrimination at work, to discrimination, using the MTA or the New York City ferry or shopping, and everything in between. And what I have found is that our work is not possible unless we have community support from the entire community in New York. So it's extremely vital that we continue to grow. It's extremely important that our services reach the individuals that need them. The saddest thing for me is when we get a call and someone is asking us to assist in a way that we can't help. And we want to minimize those calls because we never want to turn anyone away. The only way that is possible is if the community continues to invest in CAIR New York. This is an organization that when you are investing in CAIR New York, you are investing in something for yourself, for your family. You are investing in an organization that is designed to be local. It is an organization that is grassroots, and everything that you put into CAIR New York, we return back to the community tenfold.